What is up, guys? Your Uncle Luke is here tonight. Very excited, ready to go live with you tonight for about 60 minutes. We do have a pretty busy schedule here in the Luke's Points and Miles family household as we're getting ready to pack our bags to head to Italy. We got some regulars in here, some OGs. Mr. Vincent Pascal is in the house. Mr. Mike Newland. We got Texas Dog. Brad G's here. A lot of good people in this community. A lot of good people that hang out with their uncle. Oh, my wife is texting me. Okay. She doesn't want anything. She must not know I'm doing this. Guys, tonight we are going to talk about this Italian vacation redemption. And I want to talk about this, and this might sound like a commercial, but I want to talk about how I'm going to earn a ton of points while on vacation. And it's not going to be a surprise to most of you, but I'm hoping that at least a few people on this live doesn't quite know this technique. And you OGs definitely will. All right. John R says, hear you and see you. 5x5. What's 5x5? I don't know what that means. Kevin, Gwen, when are you going to Italy? Very, very soon. I should have already packed my bag, but I have not yet. So I'll probably do that really soon. Hope you use my info. Ian, you're going to have to remind me. I know I wrote it down somewhere, but I'm definitely going to, I definitely remember a lot of it. Michael C's in the house. Uncle Luke, you doing timeshare in Italy? A timeshare? Hell no. I don't do I love that some people are getting great value from those timeshares, those presentations, but I'm old. I've only got maybe a handful of vacations left, so I can't spend it 2 hours listening to somebody try to sell me something. So I can't do them, man. Hearing everyone's travel plans makes me want to put my 142,000 Capital One miles to work. I like your style, Kirby. Let's figure it out. Let's get you booked somewhere. Uh-oh, Matt Darling caught a live. Well, Matt, welcome. We hope you catch a few more. We really do like these. We have a super, super positive group. No drama, no weird stuff, no coking and smoking, just information, just great sharing exercises. And everyone here generally learns something. I know I do. Let's get that premium Alaska card and use it for Italy soon. I'm thinking about it, man. I'm still on the fence about transferring a large amount of MR points to Alaska. My MR points are to take my extended family to Hawaii, but it turns out Alaska flies there, so that is an option. Oh, Ian, okay. Send it again. I know I have it, so I'm just a scatterbrain right now because today was the last day of second grade. Baseball season ended yesterday, so got a lot of stuff going on. So, look, guys, let's we've got the greetings here. I'm behind, so let me get the banner out. What'd you book? And if you don't know, on this channel, guys, on these lives, you are 100% allowed and you are encouraged to brag about your redemptions. If you got some crazy mega redemption where you got 22 cents per point on a business class flight, put it in the comments. You can brag about it. We're not going to be jealous. Well, you might be jealous, but we're going to be nice about it. Italy is going to be hot this time of year. Yeah, the weather looks like high 80s, which, you know, I'm a little bit limited with the schedule, with the school schedule. So I try to get it done before the summertime and before the big travel crowd. I think last year I would have been able to do this a week earlier, but Frugal Dad calls us all credit card mutants. He's right. We're a special bunch. Kirby was in Italy back in November. Here's the thing. I've been to Italy quite a few times, but it's been since 1998. So I'm thinking things have changed a little bit since 1998. Yeah, like John says, take the trip. So I'm a little bit excited about going back. Fun just canceled his business class flight to Rome. Not feeling it. So you booked Manila. Got to go for the ladies. Okay, so Fun's a single man. I don't blame you, man. I'd love to go to the Philippines. I've never been there. It's on the list. James, Uncle Luke, what do you think about the JetBlue United Airlines partnering up together? I haven't really looked into it just because I don't fly JetBlue at all. At all. They don't have any flights in my home airport, and I really don't I don't see me connecting in JFK to fly JetBlue to Puerto Rico or anything like that. So I haven't looked into it. United is probably my third most flown legacy carrier, but I am flying them a little more nowadays. So I don't know much about it just yet. Maybe I'll research that on my long plane ride. City shot themselves in the foot. Yeah, cities. I don't know what city's doing. It's yeah, John is the giggity. I like your style, John. Scott Doreen finally got to catch it. Yeah, Scott, I don't recognize your name. So welcome. Longtime lurker, currently on an American Airlines flight to Sacramento. Nice work, Scott. Big fan of American Airlines program. Whoops. Here for the grown man point. There you go, gentlemen. Grown man points talk, baby. We're here to get better. All right, let me try to catch up on these. Okay, points with Philip. Got a trip to England for September. 55K points to Alaska using American Airlines business through Barcelona. Okay, what do we mean? We mean we're flying from North America to Barcelona to England? I still like it. Definitely like it. 55,000. Calder. Use Capital One Points Eraser to book Delta flights to Puerto Rico for the meetup. Ace is right there. 1 cent per point. Hey, you know what? You're getting more than that because you booked it through what is it? Eraser to book. So you booked it, so they're paid flights, so you're making some sky miles at least. And you earned on the actual spend. So you didn't do too bad. Mr. Call Me Lonnie is in the house. Guys, if you have not checked out Call Me Lonnie's channel, and I don't know why you would not have, check it out because he does everything a few levels higher than almost everybody else. And I like his stuff. Big time recommendation. Kirby G just booked a round trip to my childhood bestie's wedding. Unfortunately, it has to be done with cash. $250 Delta gift card to offset it. Nothing wrong with domestic travel paying with cash. I'm beginning to pay a lot of my domestic travel with cash. So, Brad G booked 6 nights at the Kimpton Seafire. Brad, you're going to love that place. It is it's not the most highest end and most luxurious place, but they do hospitality and they do service well. It's certain people know how to do hospitality as an industry, and it seemed to me when I was there, because one of my best friends is Filipino, most of the staff there are Filipino or Filipina, so they know how to do hospitality and they're squared away. That was a big plus of that place. The staff and the people were tip top. The points price is tip top. And the beach is one of the nicest beaches in the world. You're going to have fun. I'm going back this summer as well. Can't wait. Summertime, enjoy it. Weather's weather. You're right, man. Scott came back from Japan, flew Japan Airlines business both ways on an A350. Nice, man. And on the 787 on the way home. So you got the good experience of both metal. I like that. Also use my FNCs for the Conrad Osaka. Incredible. Scott, you are killing it, man. You're making us jealous, dude. Adventure 3, 2 adults, 3 teens, England, Wales, Netherlands, Germany, Paris. Wow, man, that is okay. So I have to do this. I have to do it. We got 72 people in the chat. I have to tell you my Wales joke. So when I was a youngster, 19 years old in the Navy, we were over in England. Okay. So we were in England for the first time I ever been overseas. And I was a young single man at the time. And there were these tables full of 5 women. And I could tell they had a really thick accent. But remember, I've never been anywhere. I'm an Appalachian kid from Southern Ohio, so I don't know where they're from. So, but they weren't from England. I could tell they had a different accent than everyone else, right? So, being 19 years old, and I was pretty back in those days, so I had my way with the ladies. So I walked over to the table, said, "Hey, I can tell you ladies are not from England. You're Irish. I'd like to buy you all a round of drinks," because that's the only thing I knew was England and Irish. And the bigger one, she says, "It's Wales, Wales." And I said, "Well, if all the same, I'd love to buy you 5 whales a drink." that's, that's that's my Wales dad joke. I do have a far worse uh parrot or a France joke, if I probably can't tell. Dallas Dunkel just became a member. Nice work, Dallas. Nice work, man. So sorry for if you didn't like the joke and you unsubscribe. I apologize, but I always think it's funny. Holy smokes, John R just gifted 5 memberships. Now here's a good time to run into what the membership gets you. Membership is only $2.99 a month. You can cancel anytime. The membership gets you access to my members only videos that I do most weekends. I don't think I'm going to be able to do one this weekend, and you can probably understand why. But if I don't, I'll probably do one really soon at the beginning of the week. If you want to be a member, you can click this button down here next to the subscribe button that says join. You can join, watch all the videos, and then cancel. I don't care. It does support the channel quite a bit, and it allows me to not seek out sponsorships or to do ads in my videos. But thank you, John. Appreciate you, man. Flying from Philly to London Heathrow through Barcelona. Okay, nice. Nice work. Only $45 too. That's the kicker, man. Okay, DTW. So we're going to Detroit to New York to London to Amsterdam to Paris, back to Detroit, using Virgin. I like it. $1,500. Yeah, I mean, you've got 5 people, so I get it. That's a nice adventure. I like your style. Link loves the channel. Appreciate you, Link. Appreciate the kind words. John is a king for sure. King of Iceland. Booking a Mediterranean cruise with the U.S. bar. I like your style. I did 2 of those. They were 6 months long each when I was in the Navy. Stay away from Aero Mexico. Worst flight I ever took. Okay. I'd never see an opportunity to fly them. So Jonas booked a JAL in business. San Fran to Tokyo for Cherry Blossom next year. Nice move, man. He's going to Osaka as well. And the Conrad in Tokyo. Man, you guys every time I do the What'd You Book, you guys blast out some crazy redemptions. You guys blast out some super high level stuff. All right, I'm gonna try to get down here. I'm way behind. We got a lot of solid dudes. What's up, David Ruiz? Uh-oh. Where'd he go? David, here we go. My main man, Glenn Dino Ardonia, my Filipino head of security, big leaguer. Yep, John knows. He's a big leaguer. John says real recognize real, him and Dino. Anyone recommend a clean hotel near P. Burgos Street in Manila? I say, Dino, where's a nice hotel on Burgos Street in Manila? I don't even know if Dino knows Manila. He's a small town guy, I think. Anyone know how to see the join button on mobile? I don't know if you can join on mobile, but the link is in the description. I lose money on gifted memberships on YouTube because I enjoy the content and remain a member. Well, that's not too bad. Zahedi Renteria, it just became a member. I like that name, dude. Zahedi Renteria. I like it. Sipping a fruity drink in Cancun right now. Nick, you win. You are in a much better place than most of us. Working on the San Juan travel now. It's Tio Rico, baby. Sorry, I have 2 days before meet up on a cruise ship in Tampa. Your money, man. You guys are all over the place. Brad G just gifted 5 memberships. We're getting crazy here. Appreciate you, Brad G. Appreciate the support. I love doing the lives with you guys. I love the positive community we have going on here. And remember, you're on the Grown Folks live stream. Appreciate you guys. My city rewards will become a city strata soon. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad card. I don't really want to get into it on this live, but I don't think it's a bad card. It's just a little. It's puzzling where we're going with this. Currently, I'm using Capital One Venture. Now, I'd love to take a vacation to Greece. Which travel partners would you recommend? If I was going to Greece, I would use, if you still can. I know there's some pausing and some debating, but Emirates flies Newark, New Jersey to Athens in business and first. That's what I would take, because that Athens is a really long flight, and I think you need to at least try to go direct. The conventional wisdom was always you get the cheapest flight to Europe and then you go to Athens. I would go either JFK or Newark to Athens on Emirates. Oh man, Dollar Man became a member. Dollar bills, y'all. All right, we're caught up on Chad's Money Minutes is in the house. What's up, Chad? Chad just went to Athens, and I believe Chad flew the Emirates. Was it from JFK or ERW or EWR? So he flew it, had crazy great things to say about it. I would recommend it. Temporarily. We got Miss Stacy's travel points. What's up, Stacy? Just got back from Switzerland and London. 29K back from London upper class. Unreal. You're killing it. 12K to Switzerland. Premium economy with KLM. I like that. Lucerne is amazing. Yeah, I did not stop in Lucerne when I was in Switzerland last time, but good. It sounds like that's kind of high taxes and fees, but at that points deal is unreal for sure. Yeah, Chad did the Newark to Athens. One of the favorite redemptions, first class. Yeah, I would do that, and I would try really hard to do that. Who cares what you take back to North America? Because that's a daytime trip, and you live it up on the way over there. All right, so we've had some really good. I didn't even put the What'd You Book down there, so we got some great What'd You Book. Let me go over, guys, what I'm going to be doing and how I did this redemption and how it. I know I talked about this before, but I had a somewhat slight emergency and I had to change my return flight pretty much last minute. I am flying. You guys remember this has been about almost a year ago because I booked this months and months ago. The kind of the hidden deals were Virgin Atlantic on ITA Airlines for 75,000 Virgin miles, $6. So you could book ITA Airways from JFK and Boston to Rome, and you could book it through Virgin with Virgin miles. And that was about the time everybody had a Virgin bonus. So a lot of us were kind of full of Virgin points. And I booked three seats and business class on ITA Airways. And I know Michael Wong, if you guys know Michael Wong, he has a channel. He has flown ITA Airways in business class, and he said it wasn't super impressive. But I have a thing where I really like to fly that country's primary airline. If I'm going to Spain, I want to fly Iberia. If I'm going to Dublin, I want to fly Aer Lingus. I haven't yet, but that sort of thing. So I did book 75,000, so 225,000 Virgin miles and $18 for all three of us in business class. Now here's the catch for that redemption. And some of you might think this is a terrible idea, and some of you might go, "Oh, you might have something there, Luke." There's only 2 award seats on each flight, so I am flying out a day before. Now, my wife is quite capable traveler, so she can travel with Carlos, no problem. But I'm going out a day before, and a lot of people said, "Oh, that's good thinking. You get an extra day." But here's where it kind of gets where maybe they have the advantage, because if you guys have ever flown to Europe, you generally always get there early in the morning. So if I don't get any sleep on this plane and I get to Rome at 7 a.m., I'm going to have to beg, steal, or borrow to try to get early check-in to this room we'll talk about in a second. Or else I'm going to have to just walk around like a zombie. My wife and Carlos, on the other hand, they're going to show up to Rome and get into a fresh hotel room and be able to take a nice 3-4 hour nap when they first get there. So, you know, I don't know who wins in that one, but I took it upon myself to do the early 1-day recon. Now, if anybody's flown ITA Airways, I'd love to hear about it. Let me get down. Texas Dog just hit us with a 2-piece tip for the gelato stand, and Carlos loves the gelato. Loves. Ciao, points and milers. What's up? What's the points? What's up? Chad says, man, Ian, I'm so excited when I saw the plane. By the time I was done eating, filming, it was broad daylight. Wow. That makes the journey so much different when you're getting a crazy great one. 11 cents per point for economy on Virgin from JFK to, man, listen, I'm telling you right now, if I was younger and didn't have sleep apnea, I would be smoking these economy flights to England on Virgin. 100%. I would be I would go there for the weekend. But I'm a little older and it's hard to do those overnights with no sleep. But if I could do it, I would. You guys are killing it. Ian just flew the ITA Redemption. Second time he's flown it. Perfect. Nothing super special, but the food's amazing. Okay, it's better than any U.S. airline. Which, okay, I'm sure the plane I was on. Okay, so now, last week will be the plane you're on. I'm taking off from Boston, and you're a Boston, Massachusetts guy, right? So yeah, it probably is. I'm excited. At least try the national airline before the final decision. Yeah. New member, Mr. Scott Doreen. What's up, man? First live and now a member. Look at you. Been a member a long time. Oh, should have been a member a long time ago, but not logged in through a browser. No problem, man. I try to do the member videos. I try to make them something that you're not going to get on my regular channel. It's going to be something that you might touch on some topics or some subjects I don't want to speak about in a public forum. And you know, maybe I'll talk some trash about certain things too that I don't really want to do in public. Not so much the trash talk, but maybe some spicier content and some tips and tricks that I might not want to say publicly. Find a hotel with a lounge. Conrad London always lets me in early. Oh, that's a good point. So going on about the lounge in FCO is right next to the gate. Okay, cool. But it's a 30-minute walk from curbside. Okay. So I'll get there a little early. I'm not worried about it. Kirby flew from ITA Airways, Rome to Athens, basic economy. Okay. Oh, Flying Ryan just got to get to the membership. Nice, dude. Xavier's in the house. Saluting. I like it, Xavier. I got my VA appointments for when I get back from Italy. I'm getting in the VA system. Imagine flying SFO to Heathrow in economy and Virgin. It's going to be a pain in the butt. You know what? My buddy Dino flies that economy. He doesn't do, but he's a hard man. He's a super hard dude. Most of you guys could never be as tough as him, but that economy is tough for me. Did you mean Jaden Wong Way Travel? Yeah. Wong Way Travel has flown. I thought his name was Michael Wong. I don't know. I don't know if his name's Jaden Wong. I thought his name was Michael Wong. I could be wrong. Looks like a Michael to me. Okay, Adventure says the Virgin's not too bad. So when I get to Rome, I'm going to stay at what I've been told by people is one of the top hotels on the entire planet Earth. I guess we're going to stay a few nights at the Waldorf Cavalieri, which kind of overlooks Rome. Super excited about that. However, you brought up the lounge. Apparently, Diamond members do not automatically get access to their executive lounge there, from what I understand. Yeah, Michael Wong. Yeah, see, I was right. I don't know who Jaden Wong is. I'll have to check him out. Texas Dog, I'm hoping you're right. I did get some sleep on the way to Portugal. The seats, the throne seats were big enough. I could comfortably get a couple hours. Can you consider Hyatt in Rome? No, I'm not. I don't want to stay at a Hyatt in Rome. I want to I wanted to stay at that Waldorf Cavalieri. The problem I've had with my longer vacations in the past, like last year to Europe, I tried to pack too much stuff in it, and it drove us collectively crazy and a little bit irritable. So I wanted to stay at places that had more than one pool, that had really nice, luxurious rooms, and I didn't plan a bunch of stuff every single day. So I've got empty days where we can take the shuttle into Rome Central, or you can hang out at the pool and just not do anything. So that's the strategy with this one. It's in Portugal, and last year we went to Europe. We did stuff every day and we hit it super hard. This is going to be about half speed. Yeah, Kirby G there. Okay. So Manuel got into it. Well, I hope so. I hope we can get into it. You are wrong about his name. Okay. All right. So we're and now after a few days at the Rome Cavalieri, we are going to head south to the Amalfi Coast, and we're going to Sorrento, and we're going to stay at the Hilton Sorrento Palace. Super nice looking place. It's a little bit away from the town where you walk around and stuff. But my thoughts on Finnair, I've never flown them. I want to, I will, but I never have. But we're going to go to Sorrento, and that's going to be where you have all the lemon stuff and all the food. And if you're an air traffic controller at Newark, please hang in there until at least after my October. Oh man, I'll talk about Newark here in a second. I'm taking a huge gamble with Newark on this one. Stay at the Hilton Tapestry, essentially located with a 15-minute walk to everything. I like that. That's nice. My idea with the Hilton redemptions for this trip is I don't think I'm going to have diamond status with Hilton forever. So I want to really push what I can get with my diamond status. And if I find out I'm not getting what I think I should be getting, probably going to get rid of some of that Hilton loyalty and maybe move down to gold. I do want that food and beverage credit, but if I'm not getting any upgrades and I'm not getting any, perks for diamond, I'm gonna move on from Hilton in maybe a year. Oh wow, I didn't know there was a new Hyatt all inclusive in Aruba. Yeah, I would be interested in that. My wife is going to Aruba. I booked her an Aruba trip. So yeah, I'd like to go back with her. Positano is my favorite place on the planet. Got married there. We're going to a trip to Positano. We're hoping it's as nice as you say it is, because I know my wife's going to love it. So, any thoughts of the 560K nights with the IHG personal card? I think the IHG personal and the business cards are big league. I think they're. We've been, and I was never an IHG guy. My wife has the personal card, I have the business card, and we've been buying IHG points as well as redeeming them. And IHG has a lot of opportunities. And I can tell you right now, I'm a guy who loves the Waldorfs and the Conrads and all that stuff. I've had great experiences at Holiday Inn Expresses and Holiday Inns. If it's a one nighter somewhere or something like that, I have no reservations about booking a Holiday Inn Express. Love it. So yeah, I like both. If there's an elevated bonus on either one of those cards and you're under 524, I think it's a good move. I think IHG and the IHG cards are some of the best opportunities for people who don't want to push the aspirational travel. People that want normal travel or even budget friendly travel, that's the way to go. Yeah, James, I'm thinking about I've been pondering and doing the numbers with a no hotel card strategy. No hotel card, no hotel loyalty. And I'm also really considering moving a lot of my bookings to portals. And I'll get into more of that in a different video. I shaved the fabulous mustache. We're going to grow it back out in Italy, I think. After I hit 36 days at IHG's, hit 40 natural, but not more after that. That's a lot. It is a lot. I stayed at the Waldorf on the Palm in Dubai. I almost stayed there. I was able to make prepayments to utilize the Aspire. Okay. And use an Apple Card while I was there. Nice, man. I almost stayed there. I ended up staying at the Atlantis on the Palm after we stayed at the Ritz-Carlton in the marina. Yeah, Kirby, I like those two cards for sure. I don't think they also they make you eligible for the fourth night free, and that could be as valuable as you make it. That could be tremendously valuable. Yeah, Adventure says IHG came in clutch. DC on River, Boston on Harbor, Bar Harbor on Ocean. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity there, a ton of, and IHGs are all over internationally, all over different countries. Buongiorno, Luca. You guys are getting me excited. So after Sorrento, we're going to spend. I always like to do, if I have to kind of travel at all to an airport, I like to stay my last night as close to the airport as I can. So we're going to move over to Naples the last night, and it's I don't remember what it was. It was a Delta Airlines booking hotel to get the credit with the Delta Gold card. So it's kind of a mom and pop thing. They have a rooftop with some chairs and a hot tub, and they gave me I got a room with like 4 little beds. So I think that's good enough for one night. I think we're going to be pretty much exhausted by then and ready to come home. So I wanted something. I think it was a couple $100, and you get the $100 credit with Delta. So did that. But here's the crazy part. Make sure I have I think I prefer points to 5 certificates. Absolutely. That's not even debatable. Naples is definitely a one-day city. Okay, so yeah, I don't plan on doing a bunch of Naples. I heard it's super chaotic. But okay. Beach has some good stuff to say about Alaska customer service. Nice. Gilbron, I haven't been to the Cavalier yet. We're going there soon. But on the way back, I had booked, since I couldn't find any direct flights direct to North America from Naples. My original flight was Iberia Air, Naples to Madrid to New York to home. They changed my my positioning flight was American Airlines home, I think. And they changed it. Maybe it was Delta. Delta did me again. Delta always does me like this. They changed my home flight to a point where I would have had to have waited in New York 6 or 7 hours. Here's the deal. Your Uncle Luke can probably sit there for 6 or 7 hours, do some work, whatever. But none of us as a family will be able to sit there for 6 or 7 hours after being together in a room for 10 days. I'm not going to put my family through that. So I canceled the whole thing, and I frantically searched for an alternative. I found the alternative with Aeroplan points, and it was on United, but and it's a better flight. Here's the kicker. It's a better flight because it's direct from Naples to North America. But here's the kicker. It's Naples to Newark to Columbus. So I want you guys to wish me luck. Wish us all luck that we don't get stuck in Newark. I don't know if I could even imagine a place that I don't want to get stuck in Newark. I don't want to make fun of Newark, but I don't want to get stuck there. It's not going to be anything for us to do after our vacation in Newark. So got a great deal, super great deal. It's United Polaris. I'm really excited about trying out United Polaris because I don't fly United that much. So as long as those air traffic controllers, and they don't cancel or delay our flight, but fingers crossed. 521 Taipei, for everyone who says the points game isn't worth the time. Ever since I've been doing this, I know every penny I spend. Yeah, I did a video on that one time that like the residual effects of being in this game, and it does make you very cognizant of how you spend your money, and that's a very positive side effect. Do you have any leaks or rumors about the City Elite? I don't have any. No, I don't even have any real feelings on it. I don't, because I can't understand how City does their business. I'm not sure if they understand how they do their business. I am optimistic about it, but maybe it's just because that's how I am. James Hughes heading off. We'll see you, buddy. EWR. Yeah, you're right. But United Polaris, I want to try it, right? Oh, Scott says he loved it. First business class. Here's the thing. My first business class flight was Qatar Q Suites. So I think I kind of ruined it for everybody else. United Polaris is a very comfortable bed, one of the best. Okay. But here's the thing. I don't know if I ever really sleep on the way home because it's during the day. FCO IAD would have been the best. I couldn't find that for 3 people. That would be the best. The only thing I hate, the only thing that sucks about the IAD is sometimes my connections are tight. And in IAD, when I come back from overseas, they always make you get on that bus thingy, and it's just it doesn't. I know it doesn't take that long, but it seems like forever when you're trying to get to the other connecting flight. Yeah, Ricky, the return flight is all one ticket, so it's Naples, Newark, Columbus. So and that was and I think we saved. I think it was 80,000 Aeroplan points. It's economy from Newark to Columbus, but at that point we won't care. We just want to get our monkey butts home. YouTube experiments in the house. What's up, man? We got Johnny Jimenez. What's up, Luke? What's up, Johnny? Did you get the Polaris Lounge at Ida? No, we won't get it because we're coming back and our Newark to Columbus flight is in economy. So I haven't even looked at the from what I understand, Newark is kind of a lounge desert for me, so I don't really have any, but I don't have a super long layover either. YouTube experiment. I'm a big Capital One fan, man. I like them. Facebox. Love your content, Luke. Thank you. Looking forward to a flight from IAD to Dubai. How can I survive a 14? Are you in business class? If you're in economy class at 14 hours, you need to find a space where you can spread out. 14 hours, long time, dude. I did the Chicago to Dubai. It was a stop in Doha, Qatar. It was rough. It was rough in the best business class ever. Ooh, fresh chocolate chip cookie. Okay, Carlos will really like that. You can go to Polaris. Oh, Polaris Lounge on return flights. Okay, that's a good tip, man. Thank you. Good evening, Luke. What's up, Juan? I have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, but I'm thinking of downgrading, but I already have the Unlimited. So any advice on what I can do in this case? So if you are not planning on using transfer partners or traveling, and you want to downgrade the Chase Sapphire Preferred, I would do the Freedom Flex. Even if you have a Freedom Flex, you can get 2, double the spending, double the points, and you can always upgrade that one of those later if you need the transfer partners. Yes, you're right. YouTube experiment. Capital One and approvals are rough. And here's a crazy prediction. I think one day that's going to change. I think it's going to get better. Told you, maybe I'm too optimistic. Surprised you didn't go MXP. No, I don't want to go to MXP. I just don't want to go to Northern Italy. And here's the thing, Ian. I learned last year from my European vacation that too many stops and too many cities, it changes the vacation for us. It makes it more of a mission-oriented trip and not a relaxation trip. So I wanted to really stay within a fairly close area. My original trip was Rome and Istanbul, and I decided that I didn't want to take my family to Istanbul. If you guys remember last year, a couple Marines had an issue in Turkey, and I thought it was a weird situation, and maybe those Marines were just not. Maybe I don't know. That would not have happened to me, but I don't want to take my family over there and risk some Turkish people acting stupid. Dimitri, what's up, man? Polaris Lounge in San Francisco and Chicago are really good. Too bad you have a short. Yeah, it's a couple hours. I mean, Ricky's the man, guys. If you don't really want to deal with EWR, keep your eyes open for a travel waiver for flights connecting. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Polaris at IAD is very nice. I need to check out one of these Polaris lounges. I do think that I'm getting more and more into United as time goes on. I like IAD as an airport. I think it's got a lot of lounges. I like it. I like it because it has a lot of flights to Europe. Um, yeah, Calder's got some good advice there. What we got here, guys? Now, listen, I'm not trying to sound like a commercial, but I think I haven't said this very lately on my channel. But here's how I'm earning tons of points on vacation. Now, I want to preface this with I need tons of Amex MR points. I'm earning tons of Amex MR points because I'm taking 10 people to Hawaii in 2026. So, what I have done with this vacation is I have booked all my excursions and all my tours through Rakuten and through Viator. So if you have not used Rakuten, here's the deal. It's an online shopping portal. I know most of you know this, but some people don't. It's an online shopping portal. You go to Rakuten.com. I do have a link in my description. And if you use my link, you can get $30 or 3,000 MR points on your first purchase. But if you go to Rakuten, they have hundreds of merchants, and whatever you're going to buy, whether it's Adidas, Nike, Viator for tours, you go through Rakuten, you go down and you click on Viator, and you just book it that way. Rakuten will send a little cookie through your purchasing. They'll track your purchase, and you'll earn cashback or MR points for that purchase, in addition to whatever you earned with the credit card you used. Now, here's where it gets kind of funky. Rakuten will have these huge promotions every once in a while, mostly during the holidays. And I think I booked mine all when it was Rakuten was 15x, 15% cashback or 15x MR points per dollar on all my Viator tours. And the ones in Italy are crazy expensive. Let me read to you what I have booked just to give you an example. And these were hundreds of dollars each. So 15 times, 15x on a couple $1,000s, maybe more. We're doing the Roman Colosseum, Roman Forum, Palatine Hill, Vatican Museum, Sistine Chapel, St. Peter Basilica. We're doing an all-day boat tour from Sorrento to Positano, an all-day boat tour to Capri and some other places. So those are, I only scheduled 4 of those, but they're big, most of the day type tours. So I booked all those through Viator, through Rakuten, and I'm going to just eat up all those MR points. So that's how I do my tours when I go overseas. I don't kind of wait till I get there. I don't chance it to maybe do it by myself. And I did this because when we went to Ireland, we tried to do everything by ourselves. Now, the last day, I think I took a tour to, I don't even know where it was, maybe the Cliffs of Moher. And the tour guide we had was an old Irish dude. And the tour was all day, but for about 4 hours when he was really talking to us, I learned more about Ireland and Irish history and Irish American history than I ever could have and I ever had in my entire life. So a lot of times you can get these really good professional tour guides that will give you the inside scoop on stuff I didn't know. And I've never met anyone that knew the things he was teaching us. So you want to, if you already use Rakuten, great. If you use another online shopping portal, great. But if you don't, check out my link in the description and use Rakuten. It's easy. It's really, you don't really have to track it. It's pretty much easy to get your points or your cash back. You get your points or your cash back every quarter. So you either get a check, a cash, or you'll get those points deposited in your Amex account once a quarter. So you have to wait a little while on them. Not really that big of a deal, I don't think. Oh yeah. So Brad used Viator with 12x back. Yeah. It's easy points. You're spending that money anyway. Are you visiting the Italian lakes? No. We're staying from Rome to Sorrento. We're staying down south. We're staying pretty well concentrated. If my wife falls in love with Italy and it becomes a big deal, then we'll probably do another one up north or a little bit different. Like I said, I've been to Italy maybe 4 or 5 times in the Navy. I don't need to go there for anything, but this one's for her. Yeah, Texas dog. It's giving me a headache. It's a pain in the butt. Yeah. Filmo's preaching. Viator through Rakuten is a money printing machine, 100%. It's and I know, like I said, man, I'm not trying to advertise it or push my link or anything, but I know there's at least somebody in here that didn't know it, and that somebody's going to come back in a month and go, Luke, I've earned 35,000 Amex points in the last 3 months. Good, it's easy. Wow, your planning skills, yeah. We'll see how my planning skills are. Oh, Nurikins in hot Vegas, baby. The VIP version of the Coliseum is worth it. Only a few tours. I think ours was the expensive one, so I'll have to look at it. But that one's for Carlos. Carlos is going to go crazy when he sees that Coliseum. Yarb from New Zealand, a Kiwi. Love it. Yarb Jamel. Love that name, dude. That's cool. All the way from New Zealand. I want to go to New Zealand because I'm a low-key Hobbit. What do you call it? What is the Hobbit movies called? Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit nerd. I want to go to that Hobbit village. They have another Hobbit village in Guatemala, which is probably a lot cheaper to get to, but I want to go to the one in New Zealand for sure. Pema, will transferring Hawaiian, Alaskan, and vice versa still? No, I don't think so. They've been very clear that Hawaiian. Transferring between Hawaii and Alaska will continue. They're all gonna be Alaskan miles at some point, but you just will not have Hawaiian as an Amex partner. So if you had tons of Hawaiian miles, yes, you'll still be able to move those to Alaska. Also, Greg the Frequent Miler would rather invest in Alaska miles for future, but have AA miles now. I think those two, for me, are the most valuable points currencies that I could have. If I had, and I said months ago, this was months ago, I did a hot take, and I said if I can transfer all my points to Alaska, I would. Alaska and American, I would. I think they're super valuable. That being said, I have 500,000 Amex points. I'm not sure if I'm going to transfer them to Alaska before the June 30th, just because I have to use them for Hawaii, and I can book American Airlines Hawaiian flights to Hawaii with them, but to take Amex points and to transfer them to one ecosystem, just one thing, is risky. I don't want to risk it. But yeah, I think they're great. I agree with Greg. Chombe, I think you made traveling a fun thing to do. I didn't make it. It just is. Just watching your videos, I want to go places I've never seen before. Yeah. And here's the thing: if you've got a youngster, or they don't have to be that young, traveling changes the way a person develops. A well-traveled human being is a more well-rounded human being. So I don't think you can give your family a better gift. And the memories, dude. Let's just keep it straight. The memories you make while you're on vacation, even if it doesn't have to be New Zealand, it doesn't have to be Italy. It could be the first vacation we took. You guys will laugh. The first vacation we took as a family was to a what do you call them? A camper campground at Myrtle Beach, and we had a blast. It was fun. It was like an RV park. We stayed at a friend's RV in an RV park on the beach, and everybody had a blast. And it was Myrtle Beach, so you don't have to spend tons of money or tons of points to get those memories. Rakuten for Surfshark incognito target. There you go. Yep. I think I do Nord VPN. An extensive, trustworthy video on Rakuten is needed. I don't trust it. You don't trust Rakuten? I'm not sure what information they would get besides your shopping history, and I don't care who has that. Ricardo, still need to plan Italy for next year, but wife wants Amalfi Coast. Yeah, of course, man. That's everybody wants to go to Amalfi Coast. Yeah, open a SoFi account for a bunch of MR points. Go through Rakuten. You can open a high yield savings account right now for between 25,000 MR points and 37,000 MR points just for opening it up. David's wife wants to go back to Italy. Going to new place. Yeah, here I do too, man. I like going to new places, but if you really liked it, you can't really you can't go wrong. See a lot of votes for the Ragaton and Viator. Yeah, I think now Viator is not a tour company. They contract the local tour companies, but I think you're going to do more good tours than average with them. Hobbit Town looks exactly like you think it would. It doesn't feel like real Earth. That is so cool. Uh-oh, Sathar, you're well in the house. What's up, man? Saw the All Blacks play an exhibition. That is really cool. Your wife will fall in love with you. I hope she does. Hit that like button, fam. 134 people in the live. Let's get 134 likes. Good looking out, Caesar. 6R. All right. What's up, new again? What's happening, man? All right, we got a lot. I got to catch up here. Uh-oh. Ordering all my property maintenance supplies for work with Zorro through Rakuten. Man, yeah, you see, you've got it. A lot of you guys have it. Was that Myrtle Beach RV park called I don't think so. I wouldn't remember though. Uncle Luke, in my opinion, which airline's the best for family travel? That's a good question, man. Listen, but you guys that are longtime listeners of the channel are going to know what I'm going to say. We flew Singapore Airlines from JFK to Frankfurt, Germany, and the staff on Singapore Airlines, I say it all the time, they are unreal, amazingly professional and good at what they do. The way that staff, the lady, what do you call them? We don't call them stewardesses anymore. The flight attendant, she basically, her main job that flight was to take care of Carlos, and she was super nice to him. I was overwhelmed because not everybody's nice to me. So I would say Singapore Airlines, man. And I've heard that the Asian airlines do hospitality much better than some others. So I've not flown on a bunch of Asian carriers, but Singapore Airlines, money, man. I would love to fly them again. Speaking of AA miles, there was a dump of Etihad award space on Tuesday. Oh, Ricky booked the apartments. Toronto to Abu Dhabi, man. And January is a good time to go, man. You're gonna love that. That's a big league redemption, dude. Yeah, dude. Again, we just reminding everybody how powerful Rakuten is with Viator. Oh, signed up 2 years ago. They didn't pay up. So they said fraud. Oh wow, that's interesting. My boss gets the MR points, but I get to go through Rakuten. But I get more through Rakuten. There you go. Had a good experience with Air Canada, Iberia, Virgin, Flying Blue. Yeah, Flying Blue. We had a good experience, but it wasn't over the top like Singapore was. The only airline that I flew that I would not give them a great review on, or I would say they were the only airline I would say was less than even was probably be TAP Air Portugal. I would say they get a below average rate on service. And I would even, like, some people would say if they experienced what I experienced, they had bad service. I don't care. Give me the big seat, give me the food, and turn the lights off. I don't care. But I know some people on that plane would say that they had very bad service from those flight attendants. There you go. Habisha doesn't even need the platinum card anymore. Uh-oh, somebody's the Conrad in Las Vegas. Nice, Memphis Mike. What is this? What is this XP thing? I'm not sure what we're talking about. Singapore business class was better than Emirates first class. Wow, the service part. Yeah. Man, listen, guys. I've said it 100 times, but I can't stop saying it. When you're sitting at the out at the gate in Singapore Airlines, when you see that outfit, that staff walk down the airport into the gate and stuff, everybody stops and looks at them. They have the most professional. All the women are walking straight up and down. They have these super tight uh, wrap outfit type things. They're above and beyond, man. I can't say enough about Singapore. I can't wait to fly them again. Oh, Texas Dog mom was a stewardess. National Airlines. I don't even remember them. I still call them stewardesses. Oh, steward. I've earned over 70,000 points in my last two payouts to Rakuten. It's a slow trickle. Yeah, you're right. It is. It's like when you're going over how can I earn the most points, you have to include Rakuten. It's like, well, I'm going to get subs, I'm going to get referrals, I'm going to get Rakuten, and at the end of that is my spend, pretty much. All right, got Rakuten out of the way. I do have one or two questions from the community post. I don't think there were very many, so let me see here. I don't want to leave anybody hanging on the community post because I do appreciate when you guys drop questions on there. Some of it was about my sweet mustache in the thumbnail. Appreciate it. I worked really hard on that. Uh, Calderds. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Luke, do you have a favorite hockey team? Playoff stash looks good. No, I do not have a favorite hockey team. We have the Columbus Blue Jackets, and from what I understand, they're pretty terrible. I've been to some games. I can appreciate what they do physically, but I have no affinity whatsoever for the game of hockey. I don't really know the rules. I don't really find it entertaining. Mad respect for the toughness and the athleticism that and the talent those guys have, but not my thing. Just don't get it. Whoops. Would you rather earn on top of your credit card points at your favorite restaurant 3 times, Built, or 3 times Rakuten? I don't use Built. I don't have a Built card. I don't cover the Built card. I don't have anything to do with Built. I will agree they have awesome transfer partners. However, I just don't have a way personally to earn enough Built points to make it worth my time. So I'll say give me ×5 Rakuten, and I'll take home the MR points. For now, maybe one day I'll leave Amex, but that day is not today. Uh-oh. About to watch the Pacers close it out. Okay, yeah. Pacers and OKC, two small market teams. Any thoughts on the Mesa credit card, points back on mortgage payments? That's not quite what the Mesa card is, though, is it? You have to spend $1,000. See, here's I have a really weird, unique situation financially. I have more than one mortgage, but they're tiny, tiny mortgages. So I'm not going to make any points on any of those cards. If the Built card, if I could just use the Built card to pay mortgages, would I get it? I'd have to consider at that point. And if I bought another house and had a really big mortgage, I would definitely consider it. But as of right now, I don't play with credit card points when it comes to my mortgage because I just don't. It's not. You guys would laugh if you heard what my rental property mortgage. I think I pay more than what I have to, but I think it's $420. So, and I hate to say it because on on both my mortgages, that's not including insurance and property taxes. That's not that's just mortgage and interest, principal and interest. So I separate all that out. So I'm already making money on my insurance and my property taxes from whatever card I want. And my primary home, my mortgage, my payment or my principal and interest, $560 for my primary residence. It's laughable. It's crazy. Most people won't even believe me. So no, I don't mess with the Mesa or the Built. Built probably the most valuable currency, and there's no good way to pack it on. I agree. If I could get sign up bonuses and really rack up Built points, I'd probably leave everyone because they have a great set of partners. There's no leaving Amex as long as they keep handing out no lifetime language. You're right, man. Ricky knows his stuff. You're right. I've got another upgrade offer for my business gold to the business platinum, 120,000 MR points. and $250 at credit if I buy the flights. I might do that. Maybe selling my home and renting soon. Need to move my mother-in-law in. Want to stay flexible. Maybe, yeah. I mean, if you got a hot, if you now listen, if you're one of them areas of America or wherever where your rent is part of a lifestyle package and it is $3, $4, $5,000 a month, oh yeah, heck yeah, get the built card. Make the built card your main card. But I don't live in those places and I don't live like that, so it's not for me. National Airlines is based in Miami. Logo was a Sun. Acquired a Pan Am. Okay, some history for you. D Green 1 says, I just earned his CSP 100, and you guys can help me with this one. He just hit the 100,000K bonus on his Chase Sapphire Preferred. What would you do with those 100K points? I can tell you, for me, 100K points, you'll laugh because it might not be the best, coolest thing. 100K points, I'm taking my stepson, my son, and my dad, and we're flying to Miami in December for the Bengals game. I don't know what that 100K will get me, but I think it'll cover the flights. It might cover the flights. Yeah, it should cover the flights. So that's a Christmas present for 3 different people and a football game for me. Capital One offers have been amazing, Sam says, and I agree. There have been some big ones. I've constantly been on a bonus spending, so I haven't been able to take advantage of it. Yeah, John, Indiana. If Indiana, here's the thing, I'm not an Indiana fan, but if Indiana gets hot from 3, that's a wrap. That you just cannot stop them when they get hot from 3. Like there's nothing you can do besides get hotter. Early victim of deregulation. Yeah. Thoughts on the Southwest changes? When they come into effect, I'm probably going to wait and see how they look once they're actually in effect and maybe do a video on it. But I have not looked very closely at them so far because I don't have anything booked with Southwest. I do have about $1,000 in credit with them, so I'm going to have to find out. Yeah, Jonas pays $3K in rent, so the built card. Yeah, I agree. That's good. 4th night free at the Crown Plaza in Rome, standard room. Negotiated €40 per night for an upgraded room. Okay, so you can do some of that there. By throwing in free minibar use, never hurts to ask. Okay, nice tip. I like your style. Are you a fan of the IHG? We talked about this earlier, Aaron. Yeah, I am a fan of IHG business cards for sure. I have it. I think even if I quit all hotel loyalty, I might even still keep the IHG business card for the simple fact that I do buy IHG points. I buy the maximum every year, and that card gets me the 4th night free and a free night. So that card essentially probably gets me, let's say I book the 4th night free twice and I get 3 free nights just for holding that $99 card. So yeah, I'll probably keep it forever. Okay, find a way to fly to Dubrovnik. Where are we at here? Dubrovnik and enjoy Croatia and Montenegro. I would love to do that for sure. That might be a solo trip. All right, guys, let me see what we have left because I wanted to make this a relatively short one. We don't have Carlos here, so there's no questions for Carlos. Womp womp. So that's all I have, guys. I'll go about 5 minutes longer because I don't want anybody to be left out with a question they have. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, and I'm going to watch that basketball game. Again, got 136 people in the chat. I super appreciate every single one of you guys. I love doing the lives with you. I love connecting. I love sharing information. You guys have given me a bunch of really good information tonight, so appreciate every single one of you. Amex offers have been stellar lately. Super good. Canada Goose, Cole Haan. I'd like to get this one of these days, this conversation started. Amex has really good big-time offers. But from what I've seen, just anecdotally, my Chase offers are easier to get, much, much smaller, but they have more everyday spend stuff. All right. Yeah, Aaron, I do have a referral link if you want it. It's in most of my, it'll be in some of the videos, not in this description. I don't put a bunch of stuff in these descriptions. I try to keep the lives less stuff in the description. And my member videos, I don't put anything in the description as far as links and stuff. Yeah, Texas Dog, the main reason. And it's a business card for sure. I think it's a great card. Ricky's not a fan of the New Southwest changes. Yeah, I think you're right. Michael just hit us with a 5-piece. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you. Soto Travel here. Which points currency will earn me points to use at Atlantis Resort, Bahamas? If somebody can answer, I don't know if that property is in the Chase travel portal, but I think that is how I would book it. I would even go as far as I would really look for it in one of the maybe the Hotel Collection or the Chase Edit. I would like to book that one in cash, or use the portal and get 1.5 with the CSR. It's not going to be attached to any hotel reward programs, but you can. I would definitely, if I had to book it in cash, I would try to use a portal. A lot of people don't like that idea. Texas Dog hit us with another 2-piece. Thank you, sir. Great show. Thank you. Appreciate you're part of it, so you make it great for sure. Sergio Jassa, which Hyatt card is the best? The best Hyatt card is the Chase Ink Cash. Got a video on it. I might have taken it down because it's that good. They might have asked me to get rid of that one. What are your thoughts on those cat? Okay, so we did have one. I forgot this one. We had one more. Yamil is finding cash tickets, first class from Milwaukee to DCA for $150. He found another one for $99. I think those are. I think when you get on those flights, you're going to find that that's like an Embraer 175, and it's probably going to be something that the first class just didn't sell. I'm not saying it's not a great deal, because it is a great deal, but I think when you get on those planes, you're going to find that you really just got a different seat. I don't think those first classes are going to be like exponentially more comfortable than the rows behind you. But it's a great deal, and I would definitely use cash at those prices. I got about the same Italy itinerary, except we're in Sorrento and Naples. Oh, did Rome and Florence on the previous trip. Okay, cool. Also flying through Newark to and from. Good luck, man. I'll be praying for you. I don't pray. I'll be rooting for you. Is Indy really going to win tonight? Yeah, I think so. I think, yeah. I don't even know where they're playing, but I think Indy. I was on the fence about that Halliburton cat. I think he's a real deal, man. I think he's a real basketball player. And when he gets hot, good grief. Do you buy IHG points on your IHG card? It does not code as an IHG purchase. It codes as an everything else purchase. So it depends on what I'm using a card I'm getting a bonus on. But buying IHG points will not count as an IHG purchase. It'll count as a everything else because it's from points.com or something. Ricky says Chase offers easier to use. Yeah, more valuable Amex for sure. Thoughts on the PayPal debit card? I have it. I've never used it, but I have it. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome if you're in a 5% cashback setup like I have. So I'll probably use it soon. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I am going to take a look at these last couple. Just got the family back from Istanbul. Felt safe and comfortable. Nice. I like your style, gentlemen. I just wanted to simplify things and just stay in Italy. Baja Mar. I have an opinion on that one, but I've never been there, so I'll keep it to myself. Where's a good place to stay in Barcelona? I've never been there. Yeah, Embraer first class, Embraer economy. Look for, yeah. Okay. What is that? Only a Rudy team can come from. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll see. All right, guys. I'm going to sign off here. And if I didn't get to your comment, I'm sorry. Yeah. Seat's a little wider. Okay, guys. Thank you for coming. Check out the links in the description. I might, but the next time I see you on a live, it might be on location. So be ready. Thanks, guys.